Hi everyone, Gruntle here, and this is my guide to legendary and unique weapons in Borderlands the pre-sequel. This episode we're looking at the E-Gun, which is a unique laser manufactured by Maliwan. So this is a very interesting laser that you can get from Sub-Level 13 Part 2, the mission, Sub-Level 13 Part 2, which you will get in Sub-Level 13. And you need to hand this into Schmidt at the end by using the inverter instead of leaving the area as Pickle wants you to. Otherwise all you'll get is a green grenade mod. So you'll want this gun, especially early game, because it is a very decent weapon. I'll give you a closer up look at the weapon now. It is an allusion to the proton pack from Ghostbusters, and you can see that in this image here. It's a circle with a slash through it, just like the Ghostbusters branding image, which also has a ghost in the center of that slash and circle. It's got a name that is very similar to the name of one of the characters of the movie Ghostbusters. There's a character called Dr. Egon, and this is an E-Gun. This gun is used to kill ghosts in the mission that you use it, and it also has the red text kills ghosts apparently. So that is a big illusion there. And also the beam of this gun looks very similar to the beam of the proton pack in the movie. Now, parts wise, this gun appears to have it's got a Maliwan body, and it appears to have a dial barrel, dial stock, and a teddy or grip. However, if we compare it to a Maliwan laser with all of those parts, you can see that the damage, accuracy, fire rate, reload speed, and magazine size are all different. That leads me to believe that when you compare it to a all Maliwan parted laser, it is all the same. So it leads me to believe that it is actually just a reskinned all Maliwan parted laser. Another interesting thing to note is that there is no incendiary damage or any kind of elemental damage on the E-Gun, which makes it the only laser in the game with no elemental effect. It's quite interesting because the beam of the E-Gun looks exactly the same as the beam of the incendiary damage Maliwan laser. So what I'm thinking is, and it seems to be said by a lot of other people, that this is an incendiary damage Maliwan laser that's been reskinned and had the elemental effect, damage and chance taken off it. That's also further proven or agreed with, I guess, by the fact that an enemy that has a shield will resist the damage of the gun, and so will an armored enemy. However, non-armored, non-shielded enemies will not. But that's what happens with an elemental gun, with an incendiary damage gun. The people with shields and the armored enemies resist the damage. So actually, I'll give you a demonstration there. See, the resist text is coming up again. So that pretty much makes it quite obvious that it is basically an incendiary damage Maliwan. And also, if it had the parts that it looks like it has, it would be a blaster, a dial blaster rather than a Maliwan beam. I'm just going to interrupt myself here to let you know the similarities between the E-Gun and the thorny old Rosie, because they are quite similar weapons, quite similar Maliwan weapons that are mission rewards. The Rosie is pretty much an E-Gun that is better. So it's a E-Gun with a better continuous damage bonus of 368%, you can see in this line, and it also has the elemental effects that the E-Gun does not. Comes in one of the 4 elemental effects: corrosive, cryo, incendiary, or shock. And yeah, it's basically just a better E-Gun. Until you get to the Rosie, the E-Gun is an amazing laser, and then you get the Rosie and it just outclasses the E-Gun by a mile. So I just thought I'd let you know that. Now back to the normal thing. The normal thing. Let's do it. So yeah, it's quite an interesting gun. There are other interesting things about it. The Nisha's Unforgiven skill will actually cause explosions after her skill is finished on cooldown. It will cause explosions on enemies that you damage, rather than all the other lasers in the game which actually don't cause that explosion to occur. However, her hot lead skill, which takes effect with non-elemental weapons, will not actually work. So basically what should happen is you should get incendiary damage on this enemy when you critical hit it. However, that is not occurring. However, Nisha is a pretty good character with this gun. Her skill will decrease recoil, and there's no movement speed decrease by aiming down sights with this gun. It doesn't have a sight, so there's no movement speed decrease, and there is great recoil reduction with Nisha's skill. So what you can do is aim down sights, move around normally and dodge things, but be getting critical hits on all the enemies, which will give you increased damage. And also another good thing to do with damage about this gun is the normal Maliwan continuous damage bonus is pretty decent on this gun. Not quite as good as just a normal Maliwan laser, which has 218%, but the 214% damage bonus is very usable. As you can see here, with no damage bonus, it's a 35,000, about 35,500 damage, and if I continuously hit him for a few seconds here, it goes up to 97,000. So that is the 214% damage bonus happening. Now what I'll do is I'll jump over to some gameplay using Wilhelm with this gun. Wilhelm is also another good character with this gun because of his laser buffs. You can see them here: laser focus, increasing laser damage, and laser magazine size. So I will demonstrate how this gun works with normal gameplay, and I'll let you know what I'm thinking of the gun's effectiveness as we do that. So against these first guys in Overlook, you can already probably see that the high damage of this gun and the continuous damage bonus being a Maliwan weapon makes it a pretty usable and effective weapon. It is taking a little bit longer to kill those enemies that have a shield, but that is to be expected considering the damage resist that they will have. Those without a shield, and those with the shield that has already been depleted due to a grenade throw or something like that, are just dying super quickly, especially with those critical hits, as you would have seen just then. Now, if you want to read more about this gun, I'm going to leave a link in the description to the wiki page for it. It's just under the like button there, so you can check that out. And as you can see there, those critical hits on the armored enemy make quick work of him as well, even though he's resisting the damage. So even with the damage resist of armored and shielded enemies, this gun is very effective. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to let me know in the comments section, and subscribe for more of these weapon guides. I'll be putting out one a day, of course. I hope you're enjoying them. I'm having a lot of fun uploading them and everything, and I will keep doing that as I can. So yes, here's my my items and skill build. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.